Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to go over the update from the 29th of April. And the first thing that I want to go over is actually the owner weapon boxes. So the owner weapon boxes are a new addition to Vanguard, and they added in with it the owner weapons. So I'll go ahead and put the loot on the screen now that you can get from the owner weapon boxes. Overall, it's really good. The last three are the one we're gonna worry about though. You have the owner blade, owner bow, and owner wand. And each of these gives a 5% to drop rate, 3% to critical chance, and then a 4% to max hit. So overall, a great thing to try and grind for. The reason I wanted to talk about this one first is because I'll actually be giving one of these boxes away in today's video. So if you would like to enter that, just put your IGN in the comments and subscribe, and I will pick the next winner in a few days. But yeah, so for the next thing that I want to talk about, the Easter event is gone. As you can see, the Easter Bunny is no longer here, and it was replaced with the spring event. So if you want to go to the spring event, it's basically just : spring. It's an area where a boss spawns, and at this area, this is pretty much how you get another way to get the owner items. So there's a decent loot table. I'll actually show you the loot you can get from that now. Overall, some pretty good coin drops, boxes, stuff like that, monster essence. But down below is kind of where it starts getting a lot better. So bonds, boxes, gets really good. And then down at the bottom, the owner weapons, which are, in my case, 1 out of 600, but I have boosted drop rates. So I believe they're a 1 out of 1250. So overall, not bad. And a pretty decent boss for the game. The final thing that I want to talk about is actually what I was grinding for in today's video. So the minigame, the Fractured Crystal, had an update. So I know I haven't covered the Fractured Crystal on my channel, but I'll quickly go over it just before I get into where I grinded for the last part of it, which the last part is the Corrupt Crystal, but we'll get into that. So there's 4 portals currently. You have the water, aka aqua, Gaia, aka earth, and the lava, aka fire, and then the void. So each one has basically a path to go to, and you have to get these crystals to try and upgrade for the void and then corrupt. So the Gaia obviously comes from the Gaia portal, the aqua, lava, lava, and then you need all 3 of those leveled up to max, aka level 3, to get the void crystal, and then you need a level 3 void crystal, and then the new addition, the void sigil, and monster essence and money to make the corrupt crystal. So as you can see here, the void crystal is a 5% to drop rate, 5% to critical, and a 6% to max hit. And then the corrupt crystal is a 4 to drop rate and critical, and then a 7% to max hit. So it adds to your max hit, but lowers the critical and drop rate. However, that is not a bad thing. So the reason for this not being a bad thing is because you have 3 more levels for the crystals now. So now at level 2, you're going to be getting a 5% to drop rate critical, and then an 8% to max hit. So that boosts it back up to where it was with the void 3 on the critical and drop rate, and then gives you an additional 2% to your max hit. Which I don't know what the level 3 one is. I haven't been able to get there yet. But yeah, I will go ahead and get into the video. So I'm going to talk about each area once I get to them, and I'll talk about the requirements to get to the next room. And yeah, I will see you in the next part. Okay, so I got the void shard. Now, unfortunately, I didn't open my chat, and I don't know what kill I got this on. It was it was over drop rate. I don't know about how much, but yeah, we're gonna progress into the next room, and I'll kind of go over this room. There's already some people here. Now, with these drop the void fragment. So these are a 1 out of 142. Now the downside to this is you need 10 of them to proceed into the next room. This grind took me quite a long time. I'm not 100% sure how many kills. I want to say around 1,500 kills it took me to get everything. I'll go ahead and kind of start putting the drops on the screen here in a moment, but yeah, about halfway through this, I actually end up getting the gear loan for from Tom. So that helped out tremendously on being able to get these drops a little bit easier. I would probably still be doing this if I was wearing my normal gear, if I'm being honest. My drop rate's not that great, so I'm actually very thankful that he helped me out with that. But yeah, I'll go ahead and start showing the drops, and then I'll talk about the next room. Okay, this is fragment number 1 at 220 kills. Fragment number 2 at 343 kills. Fragment number 3 at 369 kills. And then fragment number 4 is a little bit of a mess up. So not only did I record the wrong screen, but yeah. So this is 916 kills for this fragment. Almost 600 kills from the previous one. So yeah, fragment 5 is also a mess up. So fragment 5, as you can see, I didn't catch the recording. All I have is this AFK spot. I'm not sure what kill count I got fragment number 5 at. So this is fragment number 6 at 1,269. Fragment 7 at 1,550. Fragment 8 at 1,574. Fragment 9 at 1,674. Okay, fragment number 10 is 1,785, and that was the final fragment. So the way this room works is it drops keys, and these keys are 1 in 10 chance to get through the door. So this room's a little messed up, and it actually resets your kills whenever you get off and log out. So the kills are going to be up and down. So it doesn't actually have the total number of kills that I actually would have gotten. So kind of ignore the kill count. Key number 1 at 166 kills. Key number 2 at 13 kills. As you can see, it went down. Key number 3 at 56 kills. Key number 4 at 88 kills. Key number 5 at 124 kills. Key number 6 at 139 kills. Key number 7 at 311 kills. Key number 8 at 109 kills. Key number 9 back down to 44 kills. Key number 10 up to 249 kills. And then key number 11 at 44 kills. And this is actually the final key. As you can see here in just a moment, I will get through the door. And yeah, so the way this room works here is actually, it's just the final thing that you need. So this is going to be the void sigil. So the void sigil is what you need to create the corrupt crystal. And yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skip to the point to where I actually get the drop, and I will end out the video. I'll kind of explain how the crystals work, what they give, the bonuses they give and stuff, and yeah, and the video will be over. So I will see you then. Okay, so as you can see, I got the void sigil from the final boss at 1,032 kills. I got pretty unlucky during this grind. I went really dry quite a few times, and it made it take a lot longer than it needed to. But yeah, so little under double the drop rate on this one, which it would have been, you know, another 400 kills. But yeah, so spent about 5 days doing this, and I finally got it. I don't actually have the Void Crystal 3, but I did borrow a Corrupt Crystal. So the Corrupt Crystal gives a 4% to drop rate, 4% to critical, and 7% to max hit. So the Void Crystal 3 actually gives a 5 to drop rate, 5 to critical, and then 6, I think it's 6 to max hit. So technically it goes down on these two, but the benefit is now you can upgrade the Corrupt Crystal and get Corrupt Crystal 2 and 3. So now this brings it up. So this is back to both of these being the same stats as the Void Crystal 3, and then the max hit being 2 higher, and then the Corrupt Crystal 3 is obviously going to be higher than that. But yeah. So I'm not going to be making it in this video. I still have to do the grind for the Void Crystal 3, and once I go ahead and get the rest of the materials for that, I'll actually be making it for myself. But yeah, I actually borrowed all of this gear from Tom Thumb for this video, and I actually really appreciate him for that. And yeah, so I will see you guys in the next video.